The story of my cousin Jessica. I'm not Chinese and I'm not Canadian. Who am I? One day Jessica asked me. Jessica is my cousin, who was born in an extended family, and her parents immigrated to Canada when she was 6. Her parents thought Canada is a developed country and they could have a better life. The child who has a similar experience is called third culture kids. Several labels for those mobile children, such as nomadic children, global nomads, transculturals, and international mobile children. Third culture kid is a person who has spent a significant part of the developmental year outside their parents' culture for some reasons. The more important factor to define the third culture kids is the degree of participation in the host culture, instead of the number of the year that is spent in other country. The TC kids often has no choice when their family decided to migrate. The mobile lifestyle put TC kids at risk of experiencing challenges, especially the first few years. They might experience the cultural shock, no friends, homesickness, language barrier. TC kids feel most at home in the third culture, which is neither the country where they were born nor the country they grew up in. It was hard for Jessica in the first few years of her school in Canada because of her limited language skills, and she was not able to make friends due to the language barrier and the cultural barrier. She had less sense of presence in school because she was taught to listen to the teacher. And she didn't know what mermaid or princess are, even though she had watched the movie The Little Mermaid in Chinese. It took her about half a year to make friends. The change is huge. She started to use spoon instead of the chopsticks. She only watched English cartoon at home, and she didn't have any Chinese accent anymore. She seemed well blended into Canadian culture. When Jessica was 12 years old, her mom sent her to a Chinese summer camp to let her pick up her Chinese and to learn about Chinese culture. It was also hard for Jessica because she already forgot how to write Chinese. Having not grown up in their hometown, the TC kids might show the lack of language proficiency to their mother tongue and a lack of home culture. When Jessica was 15 years old, her parents decided to go back to China to stay a few months with the extended family. Jessica found it hard for her because she could not understand the dialect that the people used in China, especially our grandparents don't know how to speak Mandarin at all. Jessica went back to Canada and she seemed not happy. I asked her why. Our cousin said I'm a Chinese. Jessica seemed confused. But I grew up in Canada. So you think you're a Canadian? No, I'm not born in Canada, she said. But who am I then? The third culture kids might feel confused about their cultural identity. People are cognitive misers, as they don't want to waste time and energy thinking a lot. They only make simple conclusions about the phenomenon of analyzing the multicultural entity. People do not understand TC kids' multicultural identity, and they try to identify them just to one culture. I am Jessica, born in China, grew up in Canada. I can speak English and I can speak Chinese. Jessica told me 3 weeks ago. I am who I am. The TC kids are unique and different from each other due to their experience, but they often have more open-minded, more flexible, and adaptable to different cultures. TC kids also develop the skill of being a cultural chameleon to selectively tell the culture that the people like. Therefore, they can easily switch language and appearance to better fit into the environment.
My life is better to a rolling stone. My dreams are included in the wind. I come from here, I come from there. In truth, I come from everywhere. My tongue doesn't have a mother. My language is an open mind. Before I learned how to walk, I already knew how to fly. Conflict to me is a constant motion, continent to continent, ocean to ocean.